Today na the 17th day of November 2021. Not too long ago, President Bill and he entourage them be then at Glasgow. Usai then go talk about climate change. Different people them they get different thing for say about waiting President Bill being talking at the stage and some of the questions them where them be ask him and waiting he be answer. Now Parliament don't tell we say the Environment Agency Act 2021 don't dey na the table and then soon for begin for discuss am. Now that one day one can talk about it today. So before Parliament begin for discuss am, sometimes something then they way they left where we feel say them for add day where they not be add. We go just remind them say do ya may they add and they or something then they way then they look at sometimes we feel say enough for the day. But before that, just a quick update from the Office of the Press Secretary and the Presidential Spokesperson. For making me you know say, the tribunal for the Auditor General and one pine deputy them, President Bill don't choose them. Make I just read them for we quick, yeah? This na public notice. Today, the 17th November 2021. He say after he don't consult with the Judicial and Legal Service Commission and waiting then a section 137 subsection 5A of we own constitution, but na the 1991 yun, the general public, the president, the person where they write for the president, where they talk for the president, so I mean you for no say, the president, His Excellency Julius Mada Wuni Bio, he don't appoint a tribunal for investigate the Auditor General, Mrs. Lara Taylor Pierce, and the Deputy Auditor General, Mr. Tamba Momo. What thing then they investigate them for? Well, now we know. For say, alleged, and say not to go. Now wait till Posse can talk. But alleged misconduct and lack of professional performance in the way then they do what they're supposed to do as Auditor General and as Deputy Auditor General. What thing then they investigate them for again? Allege how them for waka, what thing them for do. Then can catch say the one then they wanna see so. Not to show them the waka. That picture on they see. If I bring the negative cam, you go see. So, alleged misconduct and lack of professional performance. Every work where you dey work, you get where you for waka. And then say that way they where the Auditor General and Deputy for waka, they no waka so. How them for carry out their daily activities. They no do them. So tribunal go happen. But they want me you for know who that them they sit down by this tribunal. 1. Honorable Justice Nyao Finda Maturi Jones. Now in go chair the tribunal. 2. Mr. Lahai M. Farmer. In a member na the tribunal. 3. Mr. Abubakar King in a member at the tribunal. So based on this, it's going to be 3 people involved. 1 chairperson, 2 members. They investigate 1 auditor general and 1 deputy auditor general. We wait for see waiting the outcome could be. I hope you follow the news. I just say, because a lot of people they waiting, so we just need for make we get that update today. Well, since we did on updates, the death toll for the fuel tanker explosion don't reach 148. Could you believe it? The death toll don't reach 148. You remember how much them be tell we where it just happened? You don't suicide day now? The one them where they receive treatment right now, now 52. 9 don't left. Out of that 52 day, 9 they per critical condition. 148, may their soul rest in peace. 52, may God give them mercy. 9 critical condition. Just the updates. So don't get 2 updates now. 1 for the La Telopea saga and 2 for the fuel tanker update, how it done the go. If you look na Sarah Network production channel, talk to the camera, we'll be able to interview people, 2 people will be involved in the accident today. Go watch the video and hear you waiting and get for say. So, our main topic for today, the environment. How serious are we for take care of the environment na salon? If they talk about environment na salon, what thing go first come na your mind? Yes, climate change. President be denier, count people them. We are waiting and talk, waiting and not talk. Not so no more come. The mayor of Freetown been there. The minister them be there. Dr. Kande Koleyum Kelasef been there. And can pledge support. So now, a bill when at the Environment Agency Act 2021, they lay na table na parliament for let them discuss them. But they are fambulem through Radio Democracy 98.1. Una make we listen, yeah?
Different government policy them day for protect the environment, but concern we don't come out from the public. Now that the environment still a suffer despite the different environments law them. This concern and other issue them make the Minister of the Environment, Professor Fode Jawad, don't let the Environment Agency Act 2021 na Parliament. Usa say this bill one part enroll. Now for carry different environment actor them under one umbrella for take decision and help address the challenge them wasting a threat to the country environment.
We are ranked as one of the most vulnerable countries globally.
Okay, this na Professor Jawad, when I na the Minister of Environment, na in the talk. Say they rank we as one of the worst country na the world. Globally, na the world. They rank we as worst pan waiting, sir.
To respond to the impacts of a challenging climate.
For respond to the impact So if we look at the mudslide, because now what he say, not to me say, he say one of the worst country them now the world globally for respond to the impact. Wetin we don't do to the environment, where the environment kick we give we back foot. For respond to that one day. We was. So if we no say we not correct in responding, then what would they do? Well, now he make them they come with the Environment Agency Act 2021. But you go say what to? What's the EPA there for? I mean, them get a range of them. Where they? No, hold on. We're now talking about Environment Agency Act. Professor Jawad go tell we what's in this act in the about. So now left EPA and then other one then first.
Biodiversity loss poses severe threats to the resources that support our economy.
So the loss them biodiversity, he say it pose threat to the thing them where they make our economy get body, where they make our economy obese. I be ask a question. So my Kekuka say the first thing where they come in your mind, he said that the dirty all over the place. Thank you, my brother. He said the deforestation, the cut wood and the cut then thick there, and lack of country planning. Thank you, sir. I like that. So go take notes. Because it's like so you can't steal up me note. But slow they go no more.
As a nation, we must take urgent actions to conserve, protect.
As a nation, right now, urgently, we for take action. He say one, for conserve. He say two, for protect. Conservation. We get areas them. We na reserve areas them. Nobody know for go make tampale business yuki. But lost then they already. For say laws no they who say who that tell you so? Salon pan black and white. Ask, then go show you one. But anyway, this particular one are for a reason. Because it look like I for say na aejo all mankind yun. So for fight against make we all speak with one voice, they say now in this act now they look at. Conserve. Also say don't tell we. Okay. There we are.
And sustainably use these resources.
Sustainability. Sustainability means not to today no more way can a parliament to talk about them. Parliament pass on tomorrow. It don't know. Now take go. How then they pass them? Now so then for the watch them. Now so if for the better for we take go. Sustainability.
One of the ways we can do this is to review and develop our legal and institutional frameworks.
So, the way we go able to do this for make we go make and say go, now for review what we don't get already. For review them, and for come with some other thing them, we go make them legally, the framework go fine, the work go fine, for make we able for benefit within the environment they give.
This draft bill provides us with the opportunity.
Okay. Now draft. So because na draft, then can change. Now make a while we can talk na small, yeah. This draft bill give opportunity to other than sir
to address environmental challenges that will protect our environment.
So the draft bill now where they lay, they challenge them for protect the environment. Answer them go they inside it.
Means this bill uniquely establishes environmental chiefdom.
Okay, this bill uniquely one kind way environmental chiefdom go dey now. One kind way. Environmental chiefdom. Okay?
Awards committees.
If not a chiefdom, if not a ward now, if not a committee now, but environmental, go dey.
Headed by local authorities.
Aha! It's headed by local authorities. Environmental chiefdom, environmental ward, environmental committee, but who da they head them? Local authorities. Me, I want to ask right now who da they head them? Go back, go na the provinces, or even self na the peninsula. Who da they send you for go talk to? Not to the same people, The heads there, if not to the chief, na the headman, not to them. Or then we just take up that responsibility there on their own. Then now we get a legal framework for them. So now I make now they want bring the inside. Say something and go get team for sign, say, paddy, if you say don't sell ya, you sell her. We go hold you. Now so or waiting. Because them people here where they say local authorities, not them all. So no feel say first na different people them can cause them havoc than they. Na there. But anyway, local authorities,
and their sub chiefs.
And then sub head chief there. Who are they now? Not today. Okay, let's continue.
Who will now be in charge of managing and protecting their local environment?
Of managing and protecting their local environment. What are they doing now? Not today. Or government want put an out at them. Say una. Now na dey for manage and protect una. Usa you dey so if we are give them. Now you force who they come for. Now that way they want do. Not to then there's a sentence Ghanaian and some Salon people for illegal mining. Okay. There they go.
With the supervision and support from the Ministry of the Environment and
bam. So now waiting land happen. Now waiting land happen. But now they want for make the Ministry of Environment they supervise them. What I mean to say, at first they can just do it that they do. There's no supervision. But now they don't bring the kind side. They say, well, now environment, agency act to go bring on a kind side. But we now the big alejo. We go be the big boy in the room. Now we go they look over una. Now they supervise una. Because it look like if I say, let me just they get a field day.
The EPA.
With EPA. No one did it. I'll put the own case corner under us. EPA there. Yeah.
As this bill now for help protect the environment, make the leader for the National Grand Coalition Party in Parliament, Honorable Dr. Kanekole Yumkela, biggest concern but deforestation na the country.
This is one of the most important bills I think we're going to pass in a long time. And
okay. This now one of the most important bill we go pass now this parliament after a long time, says Honorable KKY. You want to know why I say that? Tell Weber.
And I fully agree with the minister's justifications for wanting to amend this act and make it even better.
So, wanting to amend this act, I make a tell you say, ideo, what of us say no day. So if we go now, we go do survey say, they are the one way they first, but the one way they. How far una don't go in implementing them? What to go for not? well, maybe we go find out say limitations then be there. Something I they want can make this one now. Or again, maybe you go find out say they not do nothing safe. And I do nothing, but until the president come out Glasgow, don't go talk there. So just where they come out, they can't do this. You know, say that money there. So sometimes all this now sometimes can't say just now so three police.
Of course, environmental protection will touch on every sector.
Remember the side way Professor Jawad talk, where he say the economy of the country it go touch her. So now KKY they try for make we understand say yes, all side go touch.
I notice indeed fines are included. Indeed, we want to give.
So now fines they don't include. You know what that mean? Now I make them tell you say, the chief them, the headman them, everybody then go work with them. So if then chief them, now then be they fine they all the money. Alright. Okay, EPA and the Ministry for Environment we go hear you now. The fines they now. Because I know say the fine no get for go to the local authority. Or you think say na then it go to? Me, I don't know, but I say we go here there. But that fine. We then go the fine. Okay.
Teeth to our environmental protection officers so that polluter pays.
So that polluter pays. You will go burn bush. Who sign enough for burn bush? You pay. They want the way they burn dirty from up gun. They go sungo. But they wanna add them there. In case you not add them, I want for plead, make una add. Yeah? From up gun past day by let's just say midnight. They go sungo, they go masheka, they go upline. Then they burn dirty. When they don't get at the dirty, they don't get at the leaves them, then they burn her. Even at the main road. Because I know say for the community there now. Most of the community there, now they burn them dirty. Now the rural areas. Western rural bako. And I one thing that one day where I hate. Because not to everything for go through fire. But they don't care. They don't care. For bondoti, normal. Maybe go say free town then get clean salon. But even at that, people then still the bondoti. So una be put then there. If una not put bondoti there, I beg una put una ada. Una add that one day. Okay. He say polluter pays. So if you feel say the best way na for can burn you dirty, where you get our leaves now for burner. Ah well, like that. Or when the season they change, where the leaves don't dry, where the grass don't dry, they light them up. Oh, so they do. He said, people, how you let them do them? I'll continue.
Deforestation is high. I looked at your nationally determined contributions going to COP.
Deforestation is high. Yes. Yes, deforestation is high. But we allow listen there. Because when I say deforestation as alone, Usami you can look. But now you parliament some if you go that side.
Deforestation is high here, and we know the
vulnerability of deforestation. A high, says Honorable KKY.
Already, so we are wondering.
Complete those areas. It's a good document.
It's a good document. We don't come out to KKY.
How do we make sure that we bring back the forest to those areas?
For some of
how we go make sure say we bring back the forest to the area the way they don't burn down? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Michael Coker say, he say, wait to. What about the chemical waste from plants them where government don't give permit with no environmental impact studies or mechanism for proper disposal of such waste? Okay. When I wait Michael Coker say, on a hard day. Bondoti, it make it hard for people in the community for breathe. Papa God self no say, Dandy, you're annoying. Say as Abiba to kick about.
Us coming from the mining community. I'm specifically coming from Bauma Chiefdom.
Okay, Bauma Chiefdom they talk.
We see wherein people go, they do mining. And at the end of the day, they don't rehabilitate the land.
Would they see outside people and they go, then do mining? Who that they give mining license alone? Who they give mining license alone? Because he say, it is suicide people and they go and do mining. At the end of the day, they rehabilitate the land. Then they can then dig here, then big dig trench, they left them, then go behind that and dig there, they left them, and so then just they go and dig. And so they go and dig. They left her. They know they rehabilitate the land. So they want to tell me say that one they know they pa the ololo. Or them be turned blind eyes pa that one day. But anyway, you're right for bring and come up now.
It's now even very complex for people to repossess the land after the mining.
So when they don't mine done, when they not left the big hole and water and whatever, he say he now even ask for the people who get that land they for can repossess her. Because, not take my word for this one, but how they tell me say it's supposed to be, for say there is a list to the land, then come, they mine, where they don't pull waiting they on the day where they want, then suppose for cover and back, fix and back, one kind way, then move to another place. You will get your land come and can repossess your land. But then say now, that one they say self art because now machine now they dig and well. So they expect machine for fix and back proper. Manual labor, not they able. Yes, you go say then they pay them surface rent. But if the agreement will be there, now for what you don't done, for cover and back, give me how I give you, then why they left big hole and water? In the name of waiting. In the name of waiting. Okay. Mohamed Zappa Doumbia say, he say air pollution in Sierra Leone. And they pass mark. Zainab Sanusi Kese, he said they not care self if the whole town cave in. Alright. I hope see they listen the different parliamentarians and they're waiting in the pointer too, yeah?
So with this bill, Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I believe it will correct all of these anomalies that takes place in our constituencies.
So, that's the way explain now. But say if the people them for repossess the land, for rehabilitate the land, let they rehabilitate, all that one day, say it not they happen. He say, but this bill go up for fix that one day. Okay. Alright. If the first one not fix and this go fix them. I don't want.
We go through the peninsula, Mr. Speaker, honorable members.
Peninsula don't come inside. We will get land then day. How did they talk about too? Listen, yeah?
You see people building massively.
People building massively in the peninsula. Hey!
At the forest reserve.
At the forest reserve. Obisabi, the picture been there. Oda be go build it. If they say reserve, who get mind for go build per forest reserve? Who? In Sierra Leone, Usabibo. Either you think say you not the power, or you are connected to the power grid. And only that way that you go get mind, go na forest reserve, go build it. Eh?
I believe the Ministry of Environment should work collaboratively with the Ministry of Lands.
Okay, so the Ministry of Environment for work with the Ministry of Lands. Because they say lands na in the sell place. Lands, not they can sell o. Lands, they demand the way they don't sell loan. You then go find master copy. As a bodies. Then go find master copy. Then give you look for your own portion day. Now the tenant you go na lands. But again, lands not then they approve. Not so. So Ministry of Environment, Lands, EPA, I think everybody for speak with one language now. But now we see, FCC say una no bill na Land say una bill. Well, you don't see?
To make sure that these green belts, these reserve areas, are reserved for their intended purpose.
After all the different points them where member of parliament them been make for sake of this bill, the minister will later respond to the concern them and say, member them na parliament will later agree for send this bill na the legislative committee for make them go able look inside and proper one before they turn them to law.
Okay. Body are fumble them. With all what you hear, parliamentarian then talk. Anybody talk there for continental there, the timber trade. You hear anyone pan and talk about timber? Or you want to say, well, no, I made them say deforestation. The timber they inside there. Timber na timber. But then be sabi for points say they want they build big house. Then sabi for points say that they build massively. So if they can talk about building, why they not go talk about the timber? Why? Why they not go call timber day? But their parliament. The timber ain't get passed. A question that they ask you. Ain't get passed, Because waiting do they make money day. So now make una no mention, una no de see, una no de yeri, bo, una say una want talk about environment. Timber no de dey. What una they go talk about timber for? Ina de dey. So na hypocrite business. Na in the bill get for go find the small cockroach there. Environment Agency Act 2021. Una always talk about timber. Why? I just want to know. Why una not talk about timber? So what you now want go pass? What in the inside that act dey? What in the inside the act that me want for know? Deforestation and deforestation. If we want to talk about timber, let call them by a name. Because deforestation get beaucoup there under her. But the one who they see now massively inside Sierra Leone, now the deforestation will link to timber. If the deforestation will lead to building of house, una call the building of house. Why make una no go call the deforestation where they lead to timber? So, but you see, you know how much timber they begin kind of the country? With future generation. We no plan for left nothing for them as alone. Now you make Parliament. Now no play with so. Who they listen? Now yeah? We? Hey yeah. How shall be listen today? Modia, now they can go sit down. Timber na timber. timber, wood, board, una put ande. Una put ande. Because, what una be tell we? Okay, this one, if then cut one stick, then go plant a more stick. Eh? And news around town say, a massive deforestation and they go on. Pan timber. Also pan belows. Na true that side, but we now talk about the timber na make. Okay.
For Radio Democracy, Princess Pierce reports.
One for tell Princess Pierce thank you and Radio Democracy. But we no want for be hypocrite to the Environment Agency Act 2021. If we want for do am right, let's do it. I don't know if na Glasgow, then we don't go talk say, then they can't do something we get for make the environment look good and whatnot. Certain things then they will not talk about. The environment self free tongue. Eh? And so that he has the idoti. Because we not just talk about EP. So this environment, even though we say we want to work with bodies then, also body then we want to work with force. Eh? Whose body then? Because the council then for they do. The council then for they day. Because the environment back for clean. The environment for clean. You know what? Then this year, Veteran Day. You know, say we get the grave side na Kintom. Where if pots in the under, it tells you now one of them grave side and where they outside with this one at the west. You go believe? But you see, now that grave side then get the car power ship day. So on Veterans Day, well, then go honor the one them will be don't die, and the different was them will don't they. They no follow. Car power ship no cough. Come. Car power ship no, it not turn on. It is down. It is down. Because the different bodies them, the likes of the US, the EU, and all these bodies there, then be there, that did it. So the car power ship, he set him out, come. He set him out. Now that did it for be don't put on. Let them see waiting a smoke, waiting a noise. With a car power ship, now they give you light too. It just tell like what they say generator. In case you don't know. Like you get generator now. In a big generator on our tidy. Now they give you light. You see how generator expensive for take care of the house? Eh? Okay, with that car power ship now so. So if you want to look on the environment in your side, the car power ship self not correct for the day. But what you want to say? Not tell the go on a light. You either take it or leave it. Desmond Payne they ask, he say, wait what about Black Johnson? We not think say if we consider Black Johnson at the beach, he hazardous, and the people them we tap around that place there. He said the human activities around that area there, he could just die. For build fish harbor at the beach side. Ahmed Tijaba say he said timber. Yat for make the parliamentarian then pronounce and at the mouth. That's what it look like. I make nobody no goodie. They all. Now, una way they talk for them politician they. Because opposition did it. So they able for talk and call the word timber, but They no call her. Because sometimes themselves then they get their own mass by the timber own. Oh, yeah, you say, oh, I beg ya. But there they beg oh. Una add timber dey. The deforestation. Oh, na they do. In the name of harvesting timber. Una add and dey. Oh, they big. Let regulation dey. Because at the end of the day, Professor Fode Jawad now go get for all. Because EPA they own, they say they go count forest guard. Well, until we know the news way forest guard be end up make. Let's go to Smantoli. Make we hear what thing he gets for we today. Welcome on board Smantoli. You get the platform.
Oh, thank you very much, AAA, for having me. And thanks to everybody where they listen. Today, we will talk about the draft bill on the environment. It's a good thing. It's a good thing that then they bring them bill here for protect the environment. And I listen to the professor, when Fode Jawad, when the Minister of Environment, where they talk about the proposed draft bill, we for go through Parliament for can protect the environment. But it's interesting in the sense that we get so many policies them already in existence where they for protect the environment, but still we face some challenges in the sense that for make learn lawyer, now one thing, for put them into action, now the other thing. Make no doubt that it's a good thing for bring them laws here for protect the environment. But more importantly, how they go ensure say them bills here within the pass na parliament, then go help for protect the environment, now another thing. And you make a very serious point, AAA, regarding some of the concerns them we get in terms of the environment. When I say we environment, specifically I talk about Sierra Leone. That's how we come out. The other day we listened to Professor Njai in concerns, in claims that we make before the president or during the time we the president attend the Glasgow summit. He expressed a number of concerns. And some of the concerns that we express is one, the massive and the illegal cutting of tree and timber, especially na the north and northwest, where then the export, end up for export, then timber ya na other country. They help the environment because the reason is they're not a plant as in the court. And then it will affect we to a very large extent. And listeners, them when they say deforestation is not good for the environment, it simply means that we cut 10 trees in order able to replace them. Remember say trees, timber, then they absorb carbon dioxide, when a CO2. And when that happens, it helps for protect the environment. Yeah, it reduce the global warming because it absorb CO2. So through by forestation, then they will help for protect the environment. But if when they cut them trees here without replacing them, I think that is serious cause for concern. Now, Professor Jai be raised as a serious concern. And I remember, I think you mentioned that too, AAA, where you talk about the government vehicles, the way they use them, motorcar, the way government they use, mostly then they use their high carbon footprint motorcar them. We know they help again for reduce the footprint. They're not they make much effort yet for reduce them Motokaya, because other countries them would only see and they put measures in place for reduce the amount of gas way them Motokaya, the pollution with them Motokaya they cause. But at the moment, we not see much that they come out from the country. So now some of the concerns then this way we raised now the previous submission where we will make. Okay, moving on, listeners. We know say Baku government them meet na Glasgow recently. Now they submit for go help for mitigate the impact of global warming. Now this world for let them make a net zero by 2030 to 2050. Net zero simply means that they're not going to add again more greenhouses houses in terms of carbon dioxide and other gases them at the atmosphere. They just want for let them reduce them, then not add more, so that it not will contribute to global warming. So we see a lot of countries that meet in Glasgow for good discourse about this. And as we say, AAA deforestation in our country is a very serious cause for concern, because a lot of trees, then they cut them down, they know they plant again. And a lot of exports, they go on other country, they unchecked. I think a very serious cause for concern. No doubt that when you talk about the impact of climate change, it's so serious now then poor country, Africa, and by extension Sierra Leone. I make we get for take them tier very seriously. Some of them tier what we see right now in our country, it gets some environmental connotation. Remember, some years ago we talked about the mudslide, where to a very large extent people then believe say deforestation now one of the causes them of that mudslide there. They see wildfire, they come out from nowhere, where they cause a serious impact in our country. So this is why we therefore take the issues of climate change very seriously. And we know say the president make a number of strides in terms of protecting the environment. But whether he genuinely mean what he mean is another matter. We know say the president established the Ministry of Environment for complement the work where EPA they do, that is the Environmental Protection Agency. I think about 2 years ago, the president began to establish a special ministry within the Ministry of Environment for help complement the work of the Environmental Protection Agency in order for help mitigate the impact of climate change. But we not see much coming from that ministry. And one of the fundamental concerns or questions or women they ask is that why they not go bring them to they're not going to bring these two together. I mean, the Ministry of Environment as well as EPA for let them coordinate and work together so that they will help for mitigate this serious matter, rather than getting separate department the way they deal with that. We express concerns, and it is possible that one they duplicate the function of the other one. Today we don't listen to the ministry or the minister. They talk and they try for converge then to the ministry as well as this agency, so that they will work together in order for mitigate the impact of the climate change. I think now what will be the talk now don't begin see so, because we not see any improvement in terms of the climate change, in terms of the environment, in terms of protecting the environment, rather than just come back to what we talk. So we only hope say the actions where then they take, the mean them, because we know say we listened the other day. We know say one of the agreements where then they make, where they reach now the Glasgow, one of the biggest promises them, where the advanced country are promise we countries them. I mean, when I say we countries them, I mean Africa, then developing countries here, then promise we $100 billion. That was all the way when this thing happened in Paris, and promised them country for help for mitigate the impact of the climate change. We see now this summit here where they make, then don't refresh this promise. They don't bring this promise back to life. Yeah, then rich nations, yeah, them been failed with because they been say by 2020, then go make sure say then distribute $100 billion to developing countries in order for mitigate the impact of climate change. But up to the deadline, when at 2020, we don't see that happen. This time round again, they don't renew this sort of commitment. Say they go try make we get this $100 billion so that they go help them country away, especially prone to then climate change here, so that will help for mitigate the impact of this climate change. So we hope, say, these actions where the government they take, they know they only do them in order for look at the financial gains we come out from that COP26. We hope say what then they talk and what then they do so, and the policies and what then they make and for help for mitigate the impact of the environment, the climate change. And one interesting part where I think you mentioned that AAA, one of the areas the more is look at very seriously for let the government help for protect the environment. Another deforestation. Deforestation are a very serious cause for concern in the country. We see Usai, especially in the peninsula in Feta, we see Usai and they sell some of them, then forest, then reserve land here, then they sell them to investors them. When they cut almost all the trees them for their investment things here, we say, when you look at the cost and benefit analysis, I think it's more costly in terms of lives, in terms of protecting the environment. So we hope say the government will take that into account. We now get the nitty-gritty of the bill, because we just know say know if AAA don't come across the nitty-gritty of the draft bill.
Not yet, sir.
Okay, so we don't know what's in the inside that draft bill, whether it gets a lot of connotation in terms of deforestation, because now the area that we get very serious concern with. We know the mudslide, what's he doing at that country today? A lot of people then lost their life. Imagine that if a lot of planting of trees been to go on, imagine if there are cutting of trees around that area, they not been the not been the happen drastically. Imagine that if the government been to take serious actions for stop people for the bill around their area, then they taking into account the impact of what in that get na the environment. I think say maybe we avoid then thing and they for up then thing and they happen one. But as I say no more, we don't know much what in the inside our bill. So law wait and see. Then way they talk so na parliament like KKY, I know say he don't see a copy of what the bill say, so he say na a good one. So we dey wait and see and listen wetin the bill dey bring come. So I go stop here. Allow give chance to call us then. Thank you very much, and thanks to everybody who dey listening.
Thank you very much, Usman Toli.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. I want to say thanks to Usman Toli for your submission today. If you just join we, you can meet Willen at table the Environment Agency Act for 2021. It all reach na Parliament. Parliament they discuss now before at the end it go turn law na the country. So we just want to bring some suggestions them, even though we not see the bill, but we just want to be based on waiting then talk. Because now even Honorable Kande Kolayim Kalamiko no say fine the inside day now. Fine the day. But based on that, we just want for say now this and this we they suggest. So in case you know the day, then go ahead and the day, then go tap themselves now the back, say, well, we did right. So na dandy we dey talk now because until then day me into na me I don't raise some of my own concerns them. Let's come with doctor. Make we you waiting in get for it today. Welcome on board, Dr. Isatuka Kejalo. You get the platform.
Hello, good evening, everyone. I hope so we all do well. Thank you for your, for breaking this down and for the topic for today. And also thanks to Usman Toli, as well as to the members them of parliament who they try for bringing a bill we will be beneficial to the environment now the country. And we the hope say whatever this is, that's something we then go look into and make sure say, then make the public aware of the effects them we can to the environment. As sometimes we self we now we na the citizens then we sometimes they protect we environment, and we don't talk about climate change now within the effect of climate change. And also waiting if we they see around the globe everybody they talk about climate change, disaster management and things like that. But if we look at it, the major concern here is pollution now we environment, in how we will protect the environment as well as how we will protect the people in our country. Sometimes we dey see some health conditions them way people in the get, the environment gets something for deal with that. You talk about the gases, as well as carbon dioxide will be seen as something will for exhale rather than inhale. In many cases we dey see then smoke, then fuels, we put in the burn plastic, we can see how then they can really you don't even need for the day for longer period of time. You dey feel the effect just smelling that, it really dangerous to we health. And we dey hope say this bill whatever it contains some measures them where it be say people them go adhere to, and also we go take them very seriously. And at the same time we forest them, then tropical things them where we get as then they try for do deforestation, where you cut a tree, you get for no say you get for replace them, and knowing that it gets so many benefits in doing so, we dey really look forward to a better bill as to waiting we will do for change things them. And this now an example of which we they ask from all we leaders them, we political leaders them, for they do, for they bring up bills them we go really be beneficial to the citizens them as well as to the country. So this now one example, and we want for say we they look forward to the positive outcome of it. And also we go keep we environment clean and as well as free from air pollution, for make sure say we health we stay healthy in the country, because most of the time that's not something where people them can fail for realize they, the way your environment they put you at risk for many different health conditions them. And we they see lately with so many picking them at the country when they born with some, heart problems them, as well as some tumors them where they grow na them body, where we can ask how come then thing that has to they happen. We know say we all get different genes. One mismatch of your gene can really lead to so many pro health conditions, especially cancer we they look at. Well, if you look at lately, if we they look at all the different sick picking cases, then we be done review at once, but like even the one then with some people then can share to we via WhatsApp. Look at them picking them waiting they go on with them health. We not feel say the environment gets a bigger role for play in that. I'm sure that has a lot to do with how we keep and maintain the environment. And we hope say then look into it, some of the research them that entails the health aspect of it, so that we go really benefit from this in a greater aspect. And also the funding way these developed countries say then go do for the developing countries, well, now something where then for explain as to why that's important. Because if you want for help the world, like the globe as a whole, from getting, climate change or climate disasters then from happening across the globe. You not get for left, Africa as a continent out of it, so you get for include them and no say, the fund where you don't promise, you go provide them to then nations there. So we still the struggle for be independent. In that way, we can keep the globe safe as a whole, because whatever affect one part of the globe, definitely in some way, somehow, it will actually reach to the other one, as we see right now with the pandemic. So I get very minimal for contribute, but I just want for, add that to today's contribution. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
You're welcome.
Yeah. That now Dr. Isatuka Kejalo in your submission for today. The environment. We ready for take care of the environment and salon? We don't do well for take care of the environment we get right now? On I make we need the Environment Agency Act 2021. Make we come with us friend, make we hear waiting he get for it today. Welcome on board, us friend. You get the platform.
Yeah, thank you very much, Triple A, for giving me the platform, and thanks to Mr. Usman Tole and Dr. Azutuka K for their contribution. Regarding the topic for today, this Environment Act, as everybody don't say, a very good initiative. But here, the government get for look within this compromise, how they go able for agree. Because when you talk about nature and environment, environment, they talk about nature. And when it bring about nature, now they carry to this biodiversity. You talk about ecology, life, talk about life. And when you deal with something a nature-based issue, you get for deal with a nature-based solution. Waiting at this, because you get a lot of the environment issues we get in Salon. Talk of deforestation, you talk of water pollution, you talk of the effects of deforestation, which can lead sometimes slide of mud or from slopes and water blocking the passage and resulting to lower lands flooding because the water not they go down to areas that we get for go. So you get for think of all this, how you be able for control the water or flow. In fact, where they come up from the inland, they were already exposed for the time being. I don't know if they go reforest them with how then water then you go divert them, put them one side, till them go in a slow pace where you know go affect people. You get forget techniques. So you get for look back that nature-based solution where you get for can apply to the sea. How you get for look whether water they know they pollute. You get for noticing a life they live to them. So I don't know if then things there, they as they say with the wait. I know they get for look back the environment where the people in they live, certainly they live, how that atmosphere, okay, that bring way to that CO2 thing. And not to only CO2, even that moment, when a very issue where the mayor we don't bring up, the methane gas we they give. And that is one of the topics where they find this CP26 wey dem do now, this Glasgow. So if you look then things there, they interrelate between the nature, then we will live at the nature, and wetin we get for do towards that system they for do, it become a kind of a big challenge, kind of a playing field. It was a hard game playing, wherein we need a kind of area wherein that common denomination, I will use this word denomination, that's the area we all they lean to, so that we're able to get an answer. Because now they make the bottom line, we all get for the now the citizens and get for understand what thing they do with nature, and then you the government you get for know what you get for put in place for the nature, and then you get for look how you will maintain that nature there. You can't say now the area where you go talk of deforestation, where it directly linked to particular organization, the who don't they try for put this. But the effects of deforestation, it depend back because of the logging. And I mean, the direct effect is because of the logging. And then the related organizations, them, now the one that would they try for deforest. But you get for look in between the lines there, waiting at the importance of them, how then they able for implement them, and then how long that get for take before you get tree for grow. Then you look at the trees that would on left, the ratio of them with the land mass. So you get for look how you get for implement, whether you get for be more robust, because the trees that would in the plant, they get for take a time, then will form a canopy. Because the area of tree planting and deforesting, you deforest, you remove the canopy. And then when they try to do reforestation, the canopy they give. But that canopy, when they do them, it depends on the landscape. The one they wouldn't go do fruits on the height of the trees and they is different from the height where they talk of upline because of the landscape we get and the type of environment, because the soil will go there fruit on will be able for whole length and they for grow faster, it in a landscape. So you see, you get forget technique because the land not flat. You get forget like contour, like where they say line there, so they go, like where they plant here, that's that round snake like na the head. So something like that, you get like a top. But all those kind of things are the time for toxic. Government get for policy in place. The methane one I mentioned, what think government get for do about bombing? Laws and they about plastic. What they don't put, because see Kenya be succeed for do them, but I don't know how far effective. Where they try for bringing things in where you go able for recycle, where you use, where you know we put plastic things in. Then they bring them, but I don't know if they try for implement them. But it depends on how the environment did. So you find out, say back now, when there are the effect of deforestation, there is something again with the aside. We'll talk about the COP, we talk of this, then put this adaptation cause when you the adaptation form, we find out say the inside Article 6 of this adaptation, what they don't go also. So you find out say when you do nature-based solution, now that one day then get for say, will not get for just empower the people and for force them for do this, we'll get for also find way where they will adapt so that we will bring in the mitigation. The mitigation is coming to plant the trees. The mitigation is clearing the gutters, let flood not be. The mitigation is trying to stop the people let them not even try for plant, you put the laws. But now you get for adapt the citizens them. So you know when they distract them from going to do the deforestation and polluting the waters and capping, encroaching in area how they call it catchment for building or the mine sand in an area where the lands the soil they eat up. So you get for adapt them. So now that one day the developing worlds them, I know they say it's gonna happen because I promise and they promise, but it left to how una get for go, una make una case, that una get them. Because at the moment, the one that the mitigating one this they don't do, where they go on the water pollution, where I believe they don't begin in August through United Nations Environment something protection agent organization so something. But this body in UNEP then go na Ruke River, they teach the people them. Because I don't know if that one they try for do for teach the citizens say that this you get for no. But then they teach them for let them go land for test the water because the water is polluted. So when they check the water every day for water and they call nitrate. Now like a poison where they inside the water where the plant cells no go able to survive. I no go see you the bottom man, phosphate. So then they teach them this. But I don't know how far and how effective because then they tell them say they give the app for let them go use. But this is UNEP. So I don't know UNEP, I believe say then they help again this agency, environment agency. But sometimes I don't know if they're going to do things that they can interrelate them or they are doing them behind the scene so that they will do one thing and then if when UNEP go give now something to the environment agency, will not go area. So now the small sensitizing of the UNEP, I know they say that they be, but I believe say UNEP will go teach agency and for say because now the United Nations body so that this will learn. They like EU depend the election. So then self go do it. But sometimes we not read them. When they say no more in small sector, then go do something at the local river, see in the test water. But I guess was oopsie, then go look into all the things there. We're not go just go sit there and teach the people then tomorrow back they use the same method, say well now science in the community, because so in column teaching scientists in the community and put them back for the deforestation or do them for other things. Then therefore say there is adaptation. Okay, for pull them people in there. And some of these things are housing and transportation. Cheap transportation will not commit CO2 in the air. Then go for look all them things there. We'll not get electric vehicle, we'll not get other sorts of vehicle. But what about the diesel pollution? And it bring we now to the area of the standard bureau. And what in the standard bureau get for do? How the fuel in petrol quality they can inside. What in that bring? What like this man will be bring like the panel here one day. It tell you about petrol when a cheap petrol. But what in that one day mean? Now the one who not to Brent oil because the one who not to Brent oil, you know good. When you bring it, they get a lot of carbon where they eliminate now the air. And that one day, what in Dr. Bible say? Once you inhale and like a magnet, that carbon monoxide because you don't release already one oxygen, but it's easy for attract to you red blood cells. It cause you for die at the time if you don't meet your good health and they don't get good care. So those are the kind of things they get for relating bodies after bodies and checking them. What are they doing? If they give phone, what do they do with that? Or you belong there from UN, or you belong there from this, they have to be given this accounting and putting these things in law because the COP26 don't say deforestation and they can't put strong law on them. Not only una would export to, the one they sell for go buy them. So, but una not get for the high for go sell to them. Una only for sell. Una get for get quantity. Now then they try for call about phase down because that was the last contract where COPD they get for agree on. What they call phase down and phase out. That phase out, they mean say something that they get for pull them totally. But they find out it's not go easy because like this some country they get the economy. So what they go do? They go tell us well this year timber una for export only 5 tons. Let's see for example, if una pass 5 tons, una get for show some like the balance. So then they bring the adaptation from. But all those kind of things it depend on una young common sense. They don't for can tell yourself because some of things if una deal with them, whether fund they come, una just go direct them if una clearly hope for development na side una need for put them. But let me think about this environment in this way because the burning of the trees, what they do to the soil, they kill the insects. And when you kill the insects, you know they only affect the soil, they affect the life within the soil because the soil self insects can absorb CO2. Now for that, even the agriculturists then wouldn't be trained now will get for coming time, then they teach them how to look after your local plant soil so that you will absorb the CO2 in the air. You see? So you they do in a nature-based solution. Because the science-based solution and they bring and you they capture oxygen, it go expensive. So you they do nature-based solution. You they reserve that loam, that black color with it on the soil. What they say, the loam or humus, something on humus, yeah. They fertilize the natural fertilizer also. But all these kind of things, it all depends on what you are put in law and how they put the law say, when they monitor when they do this. Not just go put the law say, when you don't below say, I want an easy thing because you're not in a building. Then therefore think about adaptation, mitigation, alongside adaptation. We adapt the people then, and then you put the laws. As you teach them, you apply the environment will bring out for you go before. And then they realize, say, when you maintain a healthy relationship between water, nature, and the people them, now you go help for let you go improve development in any environment. Now for that, you see people and they spend time panel. They not spend time on beaucoup things like what I see like climate because they affect everybody. But how are they going to get out from it? For win people out of it. Now for that, they say they are doing face down gradually before they do face out. So let them think about this, and I only hope see the leaders then go they do stretching themselves in terms of looking into what is happening. That they stretch in themselves for them to look what will happen. And when they're able to stretch themselves, now they then will able to implement them law there, not to just policies, where then will see we don't do this. Then go, they might people they don't go argue with you because when they do what you want. The only thing if you not fit what you will go forget, you not go get less. But if you then know say fit what you they want, you not go get more because they know they dictate to now. That's all. Let God help the leaders them. Then go able for cut corners. We go able for help development they go. I favor the bill, but let them suggest and think about them plastic, the nature, and the usefulness of insects and life. Thank you very much. God bless you and bless you all.
Thank you very much, Usfriend.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yes, sir.
I want to say thanks to Usfriend, Usman Toli, and Dr. Aissatou Kakejalo. Now you on team now. You get something for add? You get concern about the bill? Or you go and make Parliament look inside? Well, make we hear your own voice. Or if you think, say, we don't talk all team, fine one, then in the next 5 minutes, we will close the phone line. 232-78990991. Now WhatsApp 232-78990991. Now WhatsApp, or you can call United States or United Kingdom. That one in a direct, not to WhatsApp. United States on 1-646-610-3107 or United Kingdom 44739-803-0402. The phone line open now for me to hear from you. Yes, caller, your name and who the call from, please.
Here it is, Patrick.
Yes, Patrick, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Me, I'm concerned, and I just pray that let this bill work, let it enforce it, because we know say we problem when it comes to environmental protection problem that we lead at it. I mean, the demand, the chief, as you may say, and the more this deal with the local people because now they're in the community. Now they see how people that they born dirty or the country, some of them self get even power machine there. And when it comes to that side, we are the big, especially Kono, we don't see Boku pit old and Kono, Boku, one from beginning, from where they begin mining and then also side, any mining company don't ever mine Nakono. Don't mind them and lock them back. Me, I don't want to see. I don't know, maybe people they don't see them. But even to the top mining company, the way we don't come from NDMC to Nevada to Kimberlite to all this, they don't want to cover where they don't mind them for say they cover and no. They left are open. And make it find out so we get beaucoup small lake there around Queduton. We don't even cover. Don't take beaucoup the way in the car, you see then to the mosquito that is done at that lake that day. People that it way dirty that day, people that they trace on thing the way they know the trade, the other one self outside the caryard me then. I mind the place me down there. They later on turn a caryard whether they kill the cow, now they clean the goats, now that water they that the name self, I don't forget that. It is so the smell that air na East Station area, that's na Kweduto. That water the smell it is stink, they do but people they still they go wash there, they brook there. Even me, I don't go fishing there, I don't swim but the scent. This not back in before even the war. Imagine now. So they're not the force them then diamond their mining company for letting they cover the whole there. They know they come first enforce the law. Not say as you say the law not made. The law made there, but who cares? When they don't shop money at the chief in hand, what you go say? It's on a left and people there. So if they're able to hold their accountability, let they as they don't say they go to supervise and I say, but why this person don't mind? If the God that say it's not cover. It affect not seriously. It affect but people they don't talk. Even some of the forests they were a reserve forest, like some ritual forest there for for people that were most of society bush there. Most of the long go one around it. So they demand it. the chief then and them get great role for play and this let this law work here. Parliament go pass am, they go enforce am, but the chief because now they if they say no, even if the person go through government sef, they able to refuse and say no, this place now reserve, we no dey do am. Government no go force them. But when you don't go to the man or the chief or whosoever, they don't give you don't give them money. That's it. Case closed. So you see, even as the inside food already they don't dirty. Not say some of them chief they man they not see them people they are na net because somehow they not they sleep. But inside, they're not getting out with this. How long if it work, that's fine. That's the then I will hope that day. It will affect you as the city will improve the economy, it will improve the life of the people there. It will improve the life of people there. So many diseases there, even the big shakandas. I don't work shakandas. I know. Just like I made that lick and a quinton. I don't see like there is waste something there. Oh my goodness. No, okay. Something they not even monitor them people there. Even blue, the waste thing there. What did they do there? They not even monitor them people there. What you will say? We just pray let work and let them monitor the headman there and the chief, the local community people there. Because now they get the key role. Now they see, they watch, and then now the people that they contact first before they do anything. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Patrick. Yeah. Yes, call ID 11 here. You name and say the call from, please.
This is not Rahim, the call from Spain.
Yes, Rahim, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Thank you very much, brother. The first thing I say, the environment get to do with everybody in responsibility, every single person, not only the government. We as individual, we supposed to know the things they all they do, or for mind the things they. Like we country, we in country, it is see majority of the people there at the time they come up for to wait out in a street. Standing at one thing where I say the people them. Even though the bigger role now the government get them, but the people them get for be responsible. Me, I use that Conakry way the last time I go salon. I see timber truck them pack na that whole day. Full of timber. I pass how many the long trailer them. You go to wonder why something in the salon, something in they happen to we. But we young people themselves have not in the cause them because this get for do with the government. The government that bomb, you they see smoky and that even during the day where I pass, they didn't tell me why they come up Kunakikam. The kind smoke where they and brother, you had the poil where you reach. They forget saying a your own city, now there you go. So they will wonder them. They will wonder the way we they admire, then clean and this and that. It all has to do with the implementation of the government. The people then will learn when the government implement policies them and enforce them. Then go they used to them. You remember one time when they put a law on a salon, say people in Toledo then get fined, na motor car on a street on a this, you get like 100,000 fine. That first 1 week day, see how salon be there, how Freetown be there. Everybody be mindful, but after that day, it don't done. To be honest, because one thing, if the government we not able to enforce things them. We can always fet okay, they go to parliament, it is this. That first 1 week, it don't done. Implementation is now a big problem. Every single thing we touch in a salon has to do with government in implementation. The only thing where we government is serious about are things the way they favor politicians. But other than that, nothing else. Nothing. I just pray. Say them people in a parliament where God where things then go they go they. God go put sense in their head and then think of salon for do the better things than for Sierra Unions then. Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you very much, Rahim. Escalade live on air. You name and side call from, please.
Hey, Triple A, thank you very much. This is Naumar, I call from Los Angeles. Listen, my brother, when you hal up on the dog, hal up on the bone, the government get a huge responsibility for keep the country safe with the environment. But again, my brother, hey, what's up? At what point? At what cost, rather? At what cost? Because the problem here is the government, in terms of the timber, might be yourself, they sell timber. Now they might be able to make money. They and the per diem, might be able to sell timber. You see the confusing answer where might be Yogi at Glasgow. Might be not get mind for tell people and say, you don't know. Where they tell about the illegal deforestation. Might be a tinapian that it tell the whole world say, you don't know. This kind of human being that. How you go in a country, people that they illegally cut you timbers, illegally they do illegal thing, and you as a president, you say you don't know. That tell you who might be a head day. But again, what about we, the people? Triple is something wrong with black. We black, something wrong with we. And they tell you, say, we would live now the Western world. Certain thing, they even where the law day. Wait, man, they do them because they know say not the wrong thing. Or if they do them because they know say not the right thing, it is stay away from them. How many times we people look them fire than what happened today? You see the houses them? Mr. Usman told you they say waiting create them fire today. Man, we don't need question for that. Look how congest. Look the Pambodi them. It's not safe. Too much Pambodi follow for the inside the city like that. All man, you gonna some Mamidan host now of Usai La Tribi, they don't turn into bedroom. Look the congest, look how the place so tight. Look the Pambodi them. When you take people them, you go get people where they say they not get place for go. Oh really? Usai them been there 4, 5, 10 years ago. Then guy them will get there how then they call that place and this and then slump. That and chairman, I don't listen the argument one time. I think so I've been during APC time with MBD on AYV. The what they talk say, they not get place for go. Something don't happen back now Susan Bay, where they tell us man, the need for moving a common. The guy said no, let government left them. If anything happen, not to government, in your own fault. They need to blame government. Can you believe? You get people them to go throw away dirty, who sided up. How many times where the mayor don't talk? Somebody go say they not get place for throw away. You lie. The old society may be the lodge. We get tricycle them, who they pay. The people who saw they park the dirty, they can't pick them up. So nobody not give me the excuse and they people them wickedness because they don't want to pay them tricycle and then they go throw away dirty in a gutter. Then when they act and they give back to Kusawala throw away and you mount, it don't happen. Look what happened. That one school been there, one primary school where they by Mountain Court. Then they back na AYV where the people they jump, they throw away dirty over the fence inside the compound, the school compound. Pharmacy them where they 1, 2 or 3 inches where they around that side. Then they pay people for throw away dirty. The people in the talk say when they can't clean the school compound, people in the and then also school picking them get for candy, then they can't learn book. So the problem here, why they try for say it, we go talk about government all we want. Triple A, you go see a swamp. Wait, man, go see a swamp. Even if you're not tell, I go tell her, you go say no, this is environmental problem. America, yeah, it don't happen. Me, I don't see her. You go say I need to build now. I need to even go travel by land now. Because there's no danger. They value their life. They know what's good and what's right because they love their country. But they see her now. How many times don't work on a street to see somebody throw away dirty? Because you know say even if government if law not they know it's not the wrong thing. If they meet it, read a hole and I hand take go outside the reach. Not to every corner police, but you know say that the wrong thing for do. What thing wrong with we black people them? Even if this government can't just know on the next government can, then they put all kind law. We go see people and they argue back. Then they say you go see back now the same diaspora, maybe the same media. Now the people and go come back in town because of politics. Then they defend them. What you want to let the people and do? How you want to let the people and do this? Because they not create this one. Now all Tinomo then go for do for them. All Tinomo and then go for create. You yourself can take responsibility. You know say this is wrong. 2014 wa begin go free tongue. The also say that right there na they do man the tinap, it dey burn na pee, plastic, all kind thing. Then small picking them. It's sad. Then they can't sit on there for one fire. This they happen na inside Freetown na Main Street by Crooked Lane. I tell him, I said, it's not good. I said, first of all, one, look this air where they go up. Two, then pikin go die. Then plastic, then they would have burn, and then nappy, and then kakere, and then use yourself to nap there, and pikin, and the one fire, then they inhale landing. A back talk you give me. So now the thing is, something wrong with we color. We will not go just the blame government, they do this, government, they do this. What about we? What in our we own contribution? Certain things that they don't need for police you, for like not say wrong. They don't need for police you for your life. Look that house, them was they were born today. Look the family did them. Now pour that because government not build public housing, so you not care about your life. Look how clustered the place be. Thank you, my brother. Don't let they blame government for everything. Lord, we self-land for take responsibility. When no say, yeah, I no need for bills now. I know they even go buy land for bills now because not to the right thing that they do. If I do them, not only I they put my life in danger, but they cause environmental crisis for the country. It's not good. White people and they do them, black people and they do them. And not even say they put left behind them all. Something wrong with we color. Something wrong. Why should they be like ways? Something wrong with black. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much, man. Yes, caller, you're live on here. Your name and where you call from, please.
Hello, Mina MOB. They call from China.
Yes, MOB, 3 minutes, sir.
All right, thank you very much. The issue of the climate change, triple A, I tell you say this, the one the more way it affects now we in Africa. Because if you look at in the Western world, Europe, Asia, then they deal with electricity more. And when they deal with this electricity, finally say right now they're going to electrical vehicle, electrical bikes. And in the final say we your country, the vehicle in the back the way they go there. The one the way they don't they pull smoke. We must pass self. You see the smoke with the left behind. You self may go to make pass you own nose and blocker. Here now you know easy for let you see any smoke now, any vehicle. Most of the vehicle now they go into electrical vehicle. And all the bikes, presently Wusami they way na Guangzhou na university, you know you ever see bike the way to electrical. You know the Biancanaya. All na electrical things. So we Africans, how long we go into that? What thing will only develop we forget robust electricity. Electricity now one of the things that the way to boost any country. We get electricity, even agriculture. Would they avoid this slash and burn? Why we avoid slash and burn? This slash and burn now one part of the thing on the back way they cause climate change. Because every year pass with farmers and they go begin to brush, they go look for bush, cut and down, set fire there. And that one they all cause hazard, it cause climate change. If solar electricity day, we advise all the farmers we get arable land, we in a swamp, we get 5 ecology than a Sierra Leone. We get boli land, we get river land, we get mangroves. These places are places where we dey grow rice continuously if we get electricity or we dey get irrigation system. Many farmers go avoid this slash and burn. We go tell them the government go try for develop agriculture, make sure see they
they make sure say all the swamp them, they develop them. Through electricity, where they get irrigation system, where they plant throughout the year. We know they on rain fed. Then our other problem nowadays. If they able to avoid slash and burn, they able to mitigate some of this global warming. The other thing I want to talk about, the exporting of timbers. Now only Africa they see say we they export timber. We don't want to see they put timber na Europe or they put timber na Asia, Canada, Africa. No. Let me tell you here. One time I take a tour when I can I take a tour around the university one day. If you see the forest reserve where the university, even the department, you see the forest where they did, very thick forest with big thickness. They didn't cut them all. And they still a plant. Even at the lawns, then they plant trees and they. But whenever they need timber there, also they go Africa. They go begin to cut the couch in there. And here they get that recycling system. Why we Africa recycling system not the where this body are done the other two the member na for Gubona or Imba. But here they go to back, they go recycle and make another thing we go count back useful, go sell and give it back na Africa. So you see, the issue of this charcoal burning back. Let me tell you, charcoal users, they more in the bigger towns than in the villages. If the government should spend way, they make sure say they go into this gas system of cooking. Therefore, encourage and stop that charcoal burning. Let me tell you, the people in our village, they cook one where they use firewood. May they cause any problem to global warming because you don't tell with people that will be they use firewood. But the main users of charcoal, they are the bigger towns. You find out say where the people they go right now, you find out say even mango thick, they cut now way useful. Fruits like that one, they cut and make charcoal. So all this they cause big problem in Africa. We forgo into gas cooking system. As I say, all this boils down to electricity. Enough electricity. If any government will come, he emphasize on electricity. Once we Sierra Leone, we get many rivers. Not say not in Sierra Leone, they go we know the sea rivers. We can able get those small dams. Dam they will give electricity. And we get enough sunlight. We got enough wind na Sierra Leone. Why we no get solar, wind, dam? We dey get enough electricity. We go able to cement all these things what they try forget. You understand? Also, Tim, you want to down there? All right, thank you very much.
Just done that one the way you
Okay,
took also waiting here.
okay. And also, what they try for car with, the parliamentarian them, you don't tell all they try for car with laws them, but this climate change issue. They don't pass law they say. I remember during Anes Item, we will form a group called Concerned Youth for Development. We go into this tree planting. We make sure say we plant trees there now all the streets. We try for give them fence so that the creature they know with them. We tell the people them where they around this. So do you wanna protect this tree? Could you imagine people they left their creature there? They eat all them. And the one they will survive, I doubt if they reach 10. We plant now all the streets them, all the streets. We plant trees there. Economical trees, other trees, we plant all. But could you imagine the creature them? They don't eat everything. People don't know able to control the creature them. One part they one day back when they disturb in Africa. Seriously, the creatures them, whenever we plant, say no, we protect them through there. No, they're not going able. And let me tell you, when they come to this country there, you see trees there in the middle of the street. Still go. You see them. And you find out say they breathe fresh air. Fresh air that they breathe. people need to get sick. Now, honestly, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Yes, caller, you're live on here. You name and say the call from, please. 3 minutes, sir.
Okay, me and Ibrahim are the call from Maryland. Thank you very much, brother. I want to ask a question. I don't know if he will sabi the answer. They can do vehicle inspection and emission as alone?
Yes. On paper.
Because, yeah, okay, well, on better way to on paper. Because some of the cars they were in the road, they get some car the type of smoke when they pull na the road. Then kind of car and they not supposed for day na street. And na then car and they back way they go na Wataki for clear is very cheaper. Where you go, then I think say according to the car in age now so they can charge right now Wataki.
Yes, the nearer the car, the more you pay. The older the car, the less you pay.
The less you pay. You see, if the car they own an old car, then for don't increase the payment of them. Then car they for don't reduce na the road. But because of their old cars and they where they go now Wataki na small money they pay. Na make boku na the country. Then they back the cost fall and I make boku sickness don't in Africa and especially salon to be precise. Where people they get lungs and liver problem because we they inhale that carbon monoxide day. And we come back, me I support and agree with Mr. Umar 100% about we the citizens that will get responsibility. Most of the time we blame government in and government out. Then implement something and they pass bill or laws, but we as citizens too will get responsibility. This burning of this dirty na net. It can cause a lot of problems. Me, where I've been McKinney, we net rich. So street and day, AAA, where the smoke don't take over. If you buy like say, I don't know, all over the cloud, now so smoke in the sea. Where they breathe, they feel good. And we not get no protection. Where they breathe, and that's where they go sit down in the system, na lungs there. So we can wonder sometimes when they go to the hospital and say you get liver problem or you get kidney problem. Now some of them problem the smoke they inhale. In terms of the charcoal burning, me at the site, the village side me that they come out. Where I been they go, the people them they do farming, though not subsistence farming, but at least when them they farm, the time of this seed multiplication, them they go get the seed rice, them they farm. But people this be now. Na so charcoal burning. Now say even the sunset, stick them on pass them go na the other neighborhood turn and they go cut back stick for do charcoal burning. All the young man there, the parents they all don't left the farm work. Now this charcoal burning they do. Then they cut trees there and they replace them. And the laws then as alone, then they put laws there, but we citizens when they follow the laws. Now the first 1 week or 1 month or more, then they enforce the law. I remember during the time of this mayor, is it Akibo? That man day in time, I been see freedom if you get control because they be freedom. Because if you discipline, if we get any kind of people in the way they enforce laws, trust me, Salon, it goes straight forward. This now important some things about this environment. This when we talk about climate change, then we continue for cut trees, we do this timber cutting. How we will settle this problem here if not stop for cut trees, they will not replace them. Thank you very much, people. May God bless we and God bless Mama Salon.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Yes, caller, you're live on air. Your name and say the call from, please.
It's not Mike. I call from Philadelphia.
Yes, Mike, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Yeah, I just want all remember say the president and whatever in Kabul, they just come out from a climate change summit, right? All of a sudden now they can't pass a bill. This not for please the international community. Money they Paris here, so they want to find a way for let them say get Paris money. Now the only thing that this climate change below the pass so this is not for the people in a salon. This is not the effect now. This is not for the international community. Let them look good, okay? They don't care about you now. If they don't care about you now, what the bomb they burn all day, all night. They don't do something for that day. Why they go salon? Every time I drive past that place, I put towel on my face. They don't care. Everywhere not care, okay? The cleaning whatever they do every Saturday or every last Saturday, they not don't stop, huh? All the cleaning what they do, so throw this dumpster and some this what them put say this is a permanent dumpster at this place here. No, you know they even today I been look video there of Salone, the beach, Lumley Beach. If you see the dirty where they the dirty where they come up from that beach there. If you tell them people care about the environment, they don't care.
So
Money
I
there
want
for
to
this
ask
year,
something, Mike.
yeah.
We don't get part
Yeah.
for play.
We get parts for play, but we try the funding they come out.
But I believe so
We
we're
try
able
the
to keep Usai Mide, able to keep me area clean and do the right thing. So that at least each person doing your own part, then definitely the government go come in and do their own part. But if we say no more wait for the government for let them can do their own part, then I think say there now the problem lies smaller.
I know, but public place there, then the government supposed to take care of that. You know, but with the houses there, when the people they need education, the people they clean and burn the thing there. Why they for burn? Why they for burn all the dirty? If they for get place for put the dirty, you know, let's see only thing for provide place there for put the dirty. The government responsibility and leader. You know, but they know they do that one day. You know, like I didn't listen to Umar when they talk about black man. The man stop there, man. Stop for talk about black man. A black man then build this country as whole day. Yeah. The reason why we struggle right now that the type of education we they give people there. We know they teach you people there, let them able understand and able implement the thing they already teach them. Even the laws they already pass. Now one week no more. You know what I mean? It don't mean nothing against the Salon people there. So you know, man, government in, government out are the same problem. The same exact problem. Nothing they change in Salon. Salon is just sorry. It's completely sorry. Nothing this bill will pass now for just 1 week, man. Now for the international community. Me, I don't care with them people are. They will continue for cut timber, like how they don't suspend the ban. They will continue for do what they want. Nothing they change. I mean your contribution, Andy, bro.
All right, thank you very much, Mike.
All right.
Yeah. Let's call ID live on air. Your name and the call from, please.
Yes, hi Triple A. How are you? This is Michael from the United States of America, from Pennsylvania.
Yes, sir. You get
to start with, I believe maybe 10 or 15 years back, beside the American embassy there now. That place, I believe, say houses not been needed. If you made it, said it's small. But if you look today, how the houses then they, they're not even they in order. Streets not there, house go there, other and the other one, all man they build at random. And then people then all over the put that power. Most of them don't travel, so they don't go Europe, so they don't go United States. Then see how disciplined it is. But look that place. That place, why not be able to structure that place before even people then begin building at that place there? You go to our house, you know, even you go park in must cut down for work I go up because road no day. Somebody don't go build outside road for day. There's no structure. People they go build at random. Any outside them feel for bill. Now they build. And you don't go blame the people then because the government will for take care of the responsibility. Make sure say every side is demarcated. Outside road for day, now road for day, host not for day. Outside host for day, now host for day. But they go sell land, give them family member or even themselves. At the end of the day, once that happen, then there is no structure. Where the other government camp, all of broke the houses. The other come back they build. The other government camp, all of broke the houses. How long will they parenting then they? Everything frustrating to me most times. Most of them people end up they put in a power. Most of them don't travel. Then decide say, okay, we the left side don't go. We want go back to Salon for go develop a country. But at the end of the day, what thing they don't learn, what thing they don't can see, where they go to need to implement them. Instead, most of them they just look for full their own pocket for see after 4, 8 years or after whatever year that particular government will take, what him itself go get. Because I know say for years, they don't talk about this fire force business. For years, up to now, we encounter the same problem. You know, look that incident where happened with that tanker. How long did it take for even a fire force go there? Then now all man they broke, they cut the trees there here and there. because there is no structure, there is no discipline. The laws then they, but nobody now therefore put the laws into effect. At the end of the day, with the struggle, with the suffer, what in Papa government get for do? Because at the end of the day, the government na in responsibility now for implement the law. The laws are already in the book. We know say yes, we citizens they also get our own role for play. But at the end of the day, like who don't travel, we know. Yeah, they say not for put dirty, the way put dirty they define you. When they say not for Goya, where Goya they define you. So it don't necessarily mean say who's out there, America's place and they clean. Now just some people they don't want to make the place clean at all, but because of the law, they're afraid. Say if I go put dirty under, when they catch me, they'll give me either $150 or $200 ticket. Because the law effective now. Yeah. But the people don't get under, how would they go small team, they go get a small team. The law there, but the law not effective because they want for make the law effective. Then say no, it's like they don't care. And if we continue for they do that, I don't know how country will go before. Me to me, my own contribution that in relation to that. Because if they go and cut all the trees, people they know therefore watch. Whether they go cut the tree, if not to you supposed for do then say they go do let the law bite you. But so then they send their own family for go do So at the end of the day, now how they okay share your own family, if the family they go cut the tree, if the family they go build something not supposed for build. Because when you go build a forest, eventually what you get for cut down the trees. Then what you get for happen next deforestation. And once that happen, then we end up for ghetto to the ghetto. So to me, the government for looking to them thing and they, if you go there into power, you go there into power on behalf of Mama Salon, not on behalf of your own family. Because if we all get that idea there, Salon will go before. Salon will not poor. But now the law will not implement our country and make we suffer they left today. Because everybody will go, most people left, they go no for go enrich themselves. Then go to power and they not get house as soon as they finish. Maybe after how many years, they don't get 4 or 5 houses. Who say pull the money? Who say pull the money? Me to me, my own contribution no more in relation to what's going on in our country. And let's just try for implement the laws that are going at the book. And also once that happen, Salo will go before. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mike.
Okay.
Zainab, I see the call. You look for which number for call. The line don't close. Be there. Will the number be the show? And you there every day. Say, fine, not be the number for call. Like seriously, you don't get case force. And that case day, not in here. You get case, maybe you get case because you there every day. Maybe you don't be save the number for call. Wait, must meet up. Anyway, government get a part for play. We the people get a part for play. If you feel say government not they do it in them for do well, then you that your own small environment where you dey make a difference there. Make a difference because me, you not incorrect. The one the way concerned, women they meet up. I did tell them. Yes, then go tell you say, oh, not to me, oh, not to this, oh. Wait, oh. Why the phone line don't close? Now they see. Oh, now all the talk say on our call. Okay. Now 2 person. Zainab and Mariama. So if na man voice not call you, I dey put the number for her. Oh, don't. But I dey put the number for her now. If na for the UK, if na WhatsApp, when I look at that green section, I did the numbers there. But I know because one left here, on a 2 no more. I tell her left. Government. Now the people, for the people, by the people. Then are for black and white. So Saloon, a big there. Government and Saloon are for you to connect to the power grid. If you are not connected, yeah. Senesi left. The one they were open phone line for. Una call no or else we don't know one gap here. Una don't make me boss can fire me. Eh? Una sabi una self look the numbers then they scroll. And if you need to my voice no call. But seriously though, we get to impact for play. And having the laws now one, but implementing the laws now the major one. Implementing the laws now the major one. Trust me, if we bring the books now, somewhere we're gonna find some of these things then are the laws already. Maybe the fine not be did, or maybe the fine be small. Now I make them one put on day. Eh? Okay. I'll pull this on the screen first. Maybe now I make them one put on day. But let we play with part good, so that at the end of the day we will get the country where we deserve. Because the way we deserve now they get now. Okay. Yes, call ID live on the air. Name inside the call from please.
This is not South Tennessee. I call from Virginia.
You get 3 minutes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. You don't tell what you listen to the show. You get a very good forum there. Well, Salon, we go start this talk. You will get a 1 week continuous show for call in and give your opinion. We're not going to ever done. Salon in problem right now, just like what me other brothers and sisters and say, now twofold. You go blame the citizens and you go blame government. I think both sides get a role for play. And also plenty of people that don't talk them. On the one hand, you go and blame the people that say, "I'm not trade now," but government not provide place for trade. On the other hand, for being a good citizen, for contribute to your own country, just like what you say, you create an environment to say you clean, small. If all man clean in your own place, then we get one giant clean place. But I hate for say this, I know say it's very controversial if I say this, but I will talk them anyway. I think the because within America now they fight white supremacy. We know they can always feel say them better pass we. But to we say we can talk say, you know what? Then people are for now they better pass we because the way we behave and the way we behave is totally different. And when you try to forgive opinion, oh, na then you see how na kanaya na the new hatredness that now for we na salon. When you go elect, I love you country. Stay, you want give your opinion. People then get away within the talk way for try for shut you down, you know. And Salona, we all get there, no matter who say you come on, because we emotionally attached to that place there. So it's like if you're the under, you see something, you talk, and while we self not for talk something, we all come. And not to then country they are and plan to enable. We get families and they all the time, some of we can go 2-3 times, some of we get 10 days for those. So it's a long poil. Now for we all in on poil, whether you live abroad or in a salon. But take Kono as an example. We say me come out. Me people are all come out. You know, me left Freetown or Salon 1992. When me go Kwedu Town, I go see Mount Everest Day. Whether white people in here, then South Africans in here, we can, I believe, say, may somebody correct me if I'm wrong, we mainly the mine na Kwedu Town and through the Kwedu holdings. We government they check them who's kind chemical in the use, whether a banned substance them, whether young host country don't condemn. Or we geologists them, we chemists them, we check them in the and connect people they complain so we then wash with the water they make them extra dark. So and they hide the bond. So what's kind chemical in the use right middle Kwedu town. Can you imagine you go open a Mount Everest in the middle of cotton tree? President Kuruma, then go do that. If you go do that, Namakin, fine. So, but good thing then the real natural resources, now human resources. We for invest in education and invest on we people them and get rid of this mining business because mining they ever bring prosperity in any nation. What did they bring na Africa specifically? Not swear. In fighting the politicians and the people that may benefit from the mining. So we for invest more in education and government playing role, and we the salon people and the ordinary citizens them play their role. Now partnership, you see, because anytime when you go salon, the Okada they get all side and fume them within the display, all not good for the environment. I remember we to grow up in the early 80s up to the late 80s. Freetown not been too flop so. Yes, we go blame them on the war, but good people in Canada not go back. Freetown don't so choke. And even when you drive safe, if you not be careful, either Okada bang you or you bang up. You see? So all lentinely the cause Salon, may God forbid, may God continue for protect you. But if we not get we act together, environmental catastrophe na get for happen in the very near future. And President Bio, you get for do something, then sign the way they happen under your administration. Now you sign. You get for do something about the environment. The environment, not to think of the West. When they say environment, people in field say not only the West it belong to. No. Then get technologies and ways and means for addressing issues and they. We not get them. So now then small steps then they we for take for address that before something massive we go dey beyond we control happen. If not to foresee a God we and we did some major environmental catastrophe happen as salon, how we go able to address them? Even small fire self come na problem. The fire truck them, the firefighters, they need to see them. I've been to watch the audio just now where somebody sent to me. He said from Tiro call the fire people and they need to come. The place choke. Then the British then designed Freetown for 250,000 to 300,000. That is 1/3 of Salon population there inside it. So we get for and all the mountain and they will be small, not be the sea flood, all the thing and now they happen in rapid succession. So we get for do something for change that. So Naranda they say, thank you very much, brother. When I get a very good thing, also we all go call and give we opinion. God bless.
Yeah, you too. Thank you. I see it's if you know say you not be there among, but you look like if I say Ayana Salon. Yeah. And TC. Yes, call ID live on air. Your name and side the call from, please.
Hi, Triple A, Zainab.
We'll get kiss, but no more. Take it 3 minutes first.
Okay, so we'll talk about the dotty them, okay? So if the government provide the dustbin them, like how we go up, we see dustbin them at the end of the street, then you go blame the citizens there if they not take the trash na the dustbin. But the provision is not there, so Usada expects the government, the people them for throw the trash. You know?
Okay. Well, see, low talk small.
Okay.
It depends on the area. Because I know say the western rural area like Waterloo and the other parts of Midi, that one day we talk so yes, not true. But the city, then go to and call clean salon where every area they may go to the extent and go to and call Find Me app. Find Me in Freetown. There is an app where you day you go na your location, you put them na your phone, it will show you cancel or you this, you that, and everybody, even the person responsible for clear your dirty, it will show you. So they don't go to that extent, they all for Freetown, where I know say that one day it will work. But because of the small money where they pay, people still don't want to pay for trade and trash.
Because my mama they around Waterloo and I know for say in the pay for make them come pick
we are on our
trash.
own. And that will
But
be
it
on
not for
you.
be that way because they get a
Exactly.
lot of buildings them in that area, you know?
Exactly. I hope say the Western rural then go come up with something. Me, I don't challenge them. I challenge them. The one thing they go and do house, whatever it is, me no be sabi. But me be just to wait for the let them can the council workers them. I raise the question with them. What did they tell me? No, not to that department then they. But they no say person they. Okay, me go to the extent the person house to me, I faint like get the person in number. Then get the person in number. There is somebody, then get the person in number where they pick dirty. Call them. The person ever can house to for can pick that dirty day. Ever. 30 day.
Wow. Well, see,
And
we
I me
can
send
blame
go na the
also on the
council for let them
citizens.
give in go raise complaint at the council. Now I make not of say like sometimes we sit down and talk. No, me, anything I they talk now, I they follow up on her. I did follow up on her. And at the end of the day, nothing was done. We go side they throw the trash. They say, well, for good day, maybe then go kitchen day. While other man say, well, it be just kaya, he give number like Namita. I say, you know it, I tell the person, I say, just forget it, yeah?
Wow.
Yes, for
Wow, wow,
Waterloo.
wow. On the trees, them, I make a suggestion because me can always come with suggestion. Why make then for begin start every 2 town lots, the trees they made them left big trees then at the compound. And for make that a requirement. Because when we go turn 3, 4 years ago, I mean it was surprising. I did inside Sackville Street at Tinap upstairs, there was no trees. I looked all around. All I see was, you know, houses. I'm like, wow, what happened to the trees? What happened to the fruit trees then? What will they grow up? We see them. All of it's gone. How these people then they think for say they don't need fruits them. And then when they go out for go buy fruits them, and when I get the fruit trees then in the house, in the compound, and then when I take them, I cut them all out. And somebody asked me to talk about access road. Less than 1 feet access road. People and they go and they go cover that access road and then put what is it? What is it? Border. I mean, I don't get it. These people, I just don't get it. What is wrong with us? Hello.
Yes, you dey live, man. Well, now the
Okay.
salon this. We don't, now make they talk with you. We hope they listen and then solutions come in the future. Thank you very much, Zainab.
All right.
Yeah.
Next time. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, you're welcome. We'll be safe phone line don't close. Oh. But wait. People in there. We look. Let me see. People in there. We look defend Palava. You know how we go. Back in the days, the Ministry of Health will get the responsibility for putting them big trash containers them in certain areas. I think that be the council. Health station being get no the phone line don't close. Oh. Yes, caller. You dey live on here, you name and where you come from?
Hello.
Yes, now you.
Who is this?
Okay. I think see I don't go play one day. Not to, maybe I ain't call Will. When I say who is this, we move. We move. Anybody who can now there, go just go 3 minutes I beg. Does it look like Sina, yeah? You not be there at the list too, but you get 3 minutes, sir.
Okay. Well, when I say it, government is for the people, by the people, and for the people, I was making reference really to what Omar said, where he said the people have to contribute to, they protect their own life into consideration, not to everything. Them just say government should do this, government should do that. That's the context I was making that comment on, not
okay.
On what you've been look at, Now been that context there, yeah, not to, but then how then they operate, Now, waiting Omar been say, they back up, say yes. And then the people say get a role to play. Not everything government, If for that more than you don't say government will do everything, things not go right, If say some things are wrong, you don't do it, But where another thing where Omar say, wait man, then they afraid, then they're not afraid of, because then they play with deadly animals, them, So they say some of this about their life, So, it cuts both ways, That's my contribution.
Thank you very much, Ayo.
All right, thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, caller, you know be there on the line, no, but we don't catch you now. You get 3 minutes, sir.
Oh, thank you so much. I'll be listening to the program, but I'll be going to be picking them. But I get the caption about the environment and the falling down of trees and burning of the environment. And this all come down to public education, because anything regarding the environment, now everybody in problem. This not about political party or individual political parties them issue. This now a general concern for every Sierra Leonean. And this now a thing where they trend around the globe. Global warming, environmental disasters, the way they happen, climate change. So this all come down to public education. Like what you do so now the program. This is key. At the end of the day, some of the initiative here, they need to take them down to the school STEM, take them to the community, and more or less explain to the people the significance of how important for preserve with nature. Because when you do ecology, you talk about the ecosystem, how it work. You get a lot of things that we involve about the habitat them of animals, them we also the help and renewing of nutrients them as well, like them, ants them, they all they play an important part. But some of them think they because people do not get the initiative or know the importance when they play in the environment, wood they can burn and light wood they kill them, little organisms and then they all also for borrow the soil in agriculture. But all that come down to public education. This not only limited to government or politicians them, but every member of society forget concern, because when you get an environmental problem, not only it affects everybody, they affect government that much as we can, but now individuals and communities, then family members, they become affected. The falling down of trees now is a significant thing today. In the olden days, how will people able to preserve that? Then bring fear to the people. First thing at them village, we cut down tree. They say, hey, if you don't, that tree we don't go cut. If you not go plant other one, the devil like the bush they can create calamity. Not to say the people not be aware of forefathers when they bring them fear out to people but now that kind of way they bring this fear for little people to understand the importance of the environment, how they go to control the environment, wherein they go replant when they fall in the tree. It's just like way they do fishing. If you go in a village, don't force them all in days, you go in a village, you can't go the little net, there's small fish there. If they tell you if you not return a small fish, then the village they will go vex by the community or go get calamity. So the final see people they run, they go trade back. But now a way for actually make it left the small fish them, make them regrow so that next season you go get him for it. So a lot of things in the way we forefathers we don't put in place, but we don't neglect them. And adapt today again the Western they used to. Most of the things then practically where they initiate so today in the modern world. Now the whole forefathers we don't do in Africa, but they attach fear to them and kind of Holy Spirit or evil spirit they come against una if una not do this, if una not do this, if una not do this. So all boil down to public education. Like what they do so is very important for me. We educate ourselves, we educate each other, we educate people about the significance of the environment. You see climate change, they affect one part of the world. You see, it even affect Africa. Why if you see the world come together for discuss this issue? So Africa not for left behind, Sierra Leone not for left behind. We all for come together and educate each other the significance of the environment, the significance of trees, now the environment. If I not say Freetown become very humid because and hot because if I not say first and Freetown be cold. But now a lot of trees they don't cut them down. You find out when you go Freetown, they get that fresh air where they get, except you go to the seaside. But where the inside town, the place so warm, it's so humid. So at the end of the day, now because we don't cut down all the trees in our Freetown, side and don't know for be involved for go build houses, they don't involve, we don't no replanting. We even know they plant flowers again at Freetown. Now small homes and now you go see flower. How many homes are now today go? You go count over 100 homes there. So say now one home get flower. Even for be a substitute for counterbalance what they lost from the plant. Who they plant their little flowers then. But now it never happen. Now that no more. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for slotting me in.
All right, thank you very much, Constance Leone. Well, me at least I bet you. I get flower. This last go ago, I don't go plant other things then. It's something that I love doing. Eh? So from the onset first, me I get flowers. I get fine, beautiful. But oh yeah, the flower then, they told me can reach there, they can don't vex. Like say they don't want to see me. One other day they send me pictures, say, you see flower way nice. And so they can don't make fine. By the time they reach it, they say, but you know too for you. Eh? I don't go plant right now, I get me. Hopefully though, I don't make more it because they say, now that short coconut. That short coconut. So myself, because that inner mommy be they look for, that's what I wanted. I'll be able to go get 3. One come bad because of the dog. Eh? Then 2, they manage and small tea. Whenever the rain skin come, we get small garden where they get potato leaf, clean and all them things. Then it's something that I love. But it's they not like me. Yeah? As they say no more to give political. They want a picture and no more for it. But seriously though, the trees them. We get part for play. We get part for play. We so get part for play, eh? Yeah. We get part for play. Let us play with your part. The government get part for play, that's true. But we too, we get your part for play. Eh? My masuma saying get flower, now we'll buy force and banana thick with mango. Banana. Banana with me and no planter. You know what in a talk say they carry it, eh? You cannot get planter. But I get pawpaw. I don't get banana. And say it can count something. And that thing then I make an planter. Me no to me say I waiting and see. Yeah? But seriously though, we Zainab they talk just now. Sackville Street. Now 1107 from Sackville State Mountain Court. I remember now Albert Academy me go. So I remember we they come school. Now 1107 where they pass here go take we need get fruits them. Like plum, apple. You know the apple what they talk, eh? That's alone apple. Most mango, yes, the one because but most even ekemori, trees them be there around. But there are no more. There are no more. My say la no make you afraid. Wait me see. Eh? Then I say na superstitions. I remember the actuating at the tin. I say banana tree, he call the tin in name. Not to be the color. I mean me not agree plant to. I not agree planter. But maybe though. Maybe. Let me coconut come up fine first. Let come up fine first. Wait. I don't say me flowers them. Even though I get flowers now, the back I get flowers front now. I just do the one in front this April. Matthew Nobi say he say when him be just moved to a neighborhood, since he be the first owner na the house, then be telling for plant tree na the yard. So him be the wonder why, but now he don't know why if a plant tree because waiting though tree is very important. Christy Davis back they ask. I say that's a remote to here. But waiting Christy say back now. Now so they see na in the counter and that in the way talk so. Zainab back what you say they see na in the counter. I'm a thousand now go cut the banana tree dear. Not to me. I just say why me not plant am? For planting? No, I plant pineapple though. Front. I don't say as the day when they call me say they don't go begin thief by the thing the way they front at the bill fence. I plant am front. But the day why they say, hey, they say the pineapple if it don't come out to or the coconut, it don't come out, but they don't can pick all at the bill fence. At the bill fence, I put other gates back where they don't see. So let them not try more. Because if I say the tired pieces, they in a work again. Not so. Like waiting concern Sierra Leone and be the talk say before then they scare the people say A, B, and C. Now, what to go use? I say go tired pieces. Then I saw them they do first. Oh, they can then tired pieces. So we see red pieces there. But anybody will go pick that thing there. Now the red pieces if I don't go take for clean the fruit before they eat her. Afraid not they again. Yeah. Anyway, we don't do our own part. Parliament, we look up to una. Una do the right thing, but for make una talk with you, una go talk and put it una go put. That's fine. But the implementation, that's the most important thing. Please, for the sake and love of we future generation, keeping the environment not only for us, but now we to get for left for picking in tomorrow. So now it make me just feel to everybody get your own part for play. Yes, government get part for play. Even if government being nonchalant and negligent of what they for do, my dear, play your own part. Eh? Oh, that's it. I like pineapple, eh? And I get to, and I go down and do it. The pineapple not inside the compound. I do it. I do it. Well. But they don't do so. I get popo na do. In fact, I get popo tick with the near the fence. Imagine the fence get babu wire. Then pick the popo. Yeah. Is it can say that for the rest the team fear full one. And then they they not go Kanye day. Okay. This environmental conversation is new to Sierra Leone, and I step in the right direction. Everything gets a beginning. Let will continue until it gets to the people in a positive way. That's Ansa Senesi. But come on, say they go pull the red one, then put the white one there. Our people, eh? Anyway, we they left here. We'll go there back tomorrow. Yes, today will be the stone mango. It is stone mango. Most people not be like forget mango thick na the yard because when they stone the mango, they go bust the roof. They go. Remember, anybody will be get mango thick na yard, then get the thick and the gogo. You can't ask permission, then go give you, but not for stone because we stone just now. It go bust the roof. But I doubt if Austin they will get gogo again. If nowadays speaking is be even waiting a gogo. If we continue this talk, we will come out here. Yeah, I left here. Tomorrow day. Till we meet again tomorrow. Triple say, tata.